So Hayley, thanks so much for joining us today to talk about street pastors. But before we get to that, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Hayley. I got the job as coordinator at St Helens Street Pastors last year. We just moved to the area, and so I'm a mum with 2 young children as well, and married to my husband Ben. So yeah, we're here and we're newish now to the area.
Right, so what is it then? What's a coordinator for street pastors? What do you do?
So my job is to liaise with volunteers to help them get through their training so they can be commissioned as street pastors. So I organise all the training and organise the patrol side of things and what they're going to be doing, everything that they need. We also liaise with other local partners like the police and the council. We work alongside them too. And do a lot with local churches, so I go and speak at local churches and other local groups to talk a bit about what we do and raise the profile, really.
Fantastic. So how did you get involved with street pastors when you came to St Helens? How did that happen?
So I'd heard about street pastors over the years, and I'd always admired what they do and thought it was a brilliant opportunity just to be the hands and feet of Jesus, really. And when I moved to St Helens, the week we moved in, I seen the job advertisement and I just thought, oh wow, like I really love what they do. So I just decided to go for it, and lo and behold, I got the job.
Okay, so fantastic. So just in case people don't know, because some people won't, what is it that street pastors does? What do they do? Where do they go? What happens?
So it can look like a variety of things, but the kind of main thing of what we do is we offer a common presence, we offer a listening ear, and we offer practical help and support to anyone who's vulnerable in the nighttime economy of St Helens. Mm-hmm. So our volunteers will go out from around 10 o'clock at night till around 3:30 in the morning. And they're just really there to look out for anyone who needs help. So it might just be that they sit and talk and listen to somebody who needs to have a chat. It could be that we give out flip-flops to people who've hurt their feet, or that they're walking around in bare feet. It might be that we have to wait for an ambulance to come because someone's been injured or something's happened. It can look like so many things. But the essence of it is just helping anybody who's in a vulnerable position.
Yeah. Well, so and when do you go out? I mean, you're not out every night of the week, are you?
No, not yet. So we go out twice a month, and it is the first Saturday and the second Friday of every month at the moment. We were just about to start a third patrol before lockdown happened. So yeah. That's how often we're out at the moment.
Right. And how many are there actually on the team?
So currently going out, we've got 10 volunteers who are able to go out. And we've got another lady training up, and we do have 2 other volunteers, but they're not able to come out at the moment. Right. So yeah, we've got a good team. It's growing, but we'd love to strengthen it and get some more people involved. Yeah, sure.
And presumably they do training and stuff like that. What kind of things does that involve?
Well, there's quite a broad spectrum really of training. So we're governed by a body called the Ascension Trust. Mm-hmm. So they kind of stipulate what training we need to do. Yeah. So there is the likes of, we do listening skills, mental health, we do police training, we do safeguarding training. There's a real variety. We do first aid as well. So it's just real practical things that people will put into action once they're out there. There's 10 modules altogether of training that people go through to become a street pastor. But yeah, it's really beneficial. You can transfer so many of the skills into other aspects of life as well.
Yeah. Wow. So it sounds like you do a lot in terms of preparing people for that. You go out as a team, clearly, not on not individuals. And you were mentioning ambulance, and you were mentioning the police there. So, kind of give us a flavour of a story of something that's that you've been involved with as a group of street pastors.
Yeah, well, so recently some of the volunteers undertook some fresh, it was called vulnerability training, so it was kind of safeguarding based, but very much aimed at what the work of street pastors do. And they were able to stop a potential situation of what looked like a lady in a very vulnerable position being taken by a man, and he was trying to take her with him. And telling her that the trains weren't working, or they were, they'd finished for the night. And our volunteers were there at the train station, and she'd needed to get on the train home. And they were able to intervene and say, actually, the train's still on. There's one coming, we'll take you around now. And they took her around and they escorted her and got her on the train, and she got home safely. But it was a situation that had we not done that training, we might not have picked up on the factors that made it actually quite a dangerous situation for that lady. Yeah. And it was great because the team were just able to get that sorted before anything escalated.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So you're clearly dealing with some really vulnerable people and able to get alongside and help and support. But I guess that given the situation we've been going through for the last couple of months or more, the COVID situation, that's had an impact on your ability to work. Yeah,
it has. It's obviously with lockdown, we've had to stop patrolling for the time being. And it's hard because the team obviously love what they do. I think they have to go out at that time of night. But yeah, so we've had to stop the patrols. But the team, where they've been able to, some have volunteered with other, voluntary services like the NHS and things like that. But some of the team have been high risk or have been with family who are high risk, so they haven't been able to continue. So what we've done to kind of fill the void, if you like, is to get together every other week and we pray via Zoom. And so we'll kind of collect our prayer list over a couple of weeks, and then we come together and we pray. And actually it's been really good time for the team, just building up relationships, encouraging each other, and it's been really beneficial in that side of things,
Yeah, fantastic. That's really, really good. Wow. So there'll be people watching this today and wondering perhaps how they might be able to support an organisation, because you're a charity, of course, aren't you? And how can they support? How can they get alongside? What ways could they get involved with what you're doing?
So there's quite a few ways people could get involved. One way would be to look at volunteering with us. So we do things like observers patrols, so you can come out and just have a look at what we do and get a feel of whether it would suit you or whether, it's not for you, which it isn't for everybody. But it might surprise you how much you enjoy it. So there's that way. Another way would be donating. So we have, you can either do one-off donations or you could become a regular giver. And that obviously is a huge help because we need money and funds to keep going. Another way would be to look at becoming a prayer pastor. So something that we're really trying to grow in the upcoming near future really is a team of prayer pastors that will support the team that go out to patrol. And the final other way that you could get involved is to look at becoming a trustee. So we really would like to grow our team of trustees. We've got great trustees at the moment, but people have to come and go, and you never know when that's going to be. So it would be great to strengthen that team as well.
Yeah, fantastic. So there's quite a few ways in which people could get involved, and they could contact you and find more out about all of that. So fantastic. So obviously we're in UNITED2020, this great week of United Church activity. Quite a number of Christians are going to be watching and listening to you sharing tonight. So is there anything that you would want to say either to the church, a message to the church in the town, or anything particular we could be praying about that you could help us with?
Yeah, one thing that I would say is that, you know, if you love to help people, if you want to really kind of get a hold of being hands and feet of Jesus and showing people how much he loves them, consider getting, you know, involved as a volunteer, because it's other than that side of things, it's loads of fun, and the team, you know, they just have a really great time doing it, and the difference that you make, you know, to people is incredible, really. So that's one thing. And the what I would ask for prayer for is that we grow in number so that we can make a bigger impact in St Helens, and also just for some maybe creative ideas from God of what he might like us to do in this interim period when we can't be out there and we don't know how long that'll be. Just some other ways that maybe we as a team could get involved with something that you know, doesn't hamper anybody who's maybe not physically able to go out at the moment, but just something that we could maybe have a direction with.
Fantastic, really. So hopefully people just begin to pray about how they might get involved with street pastors. God's got something for them there, and to help you just to develop in this current season and moving forward when lockdown hopefully comes to an end. Hayley, thank you so much for sharing with us. It's been great to hear what you're doing. God bless you, and just really, really pray that the street pastor work continues and flourishes as you go forward. Thanks very much for being with us. See you again.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Bye.